Right, so our first award this evening honours a long-standing supporter of Mum Youth Project. This recipient enthusiasm for the charity he often outshines even Bob's, and that is no easy task.
A proud working class man from a single parent background, he has been a pioneering advocate for our inclusivity in our industry long before it became a fashionable item.
He began his career in 1996 as a runner at Molinaire Post Production. From day one, just like every awardee tonight, he championed equality and opportunity. And as many of you know, he and Bob can usually be found busting moves on the dance floor.
It was an easy decision to invite him to become a patron of the charity. Tonight, we are proud to present the first ever Mum and Youth Inclusion Award to one of the founding members of the farm, Mark Winter.
Yes, again, you are coming. I don't like getting awards like this. It's not about me, it's about the alumni, it's about giving people a platform. That's why I do this. But I'd just like to say, when 30 years ago, nearly, 96, yeah, it is nearly 30, I started in this industry in post-production. I was a young black man in the white bar, I felt like. And then Bob reached out to me a few years later with this little idea. And I just kind of grabbed and run with it. My bosses at the time didn't understand it because it didn't make revenue, but I just made sure that I was always going to make sure that I was going to be an advocate to give people a platform. And not only that, employ and nurture and make sure that our world is more equal and giving people opportunities on merits and nothing else. But finally, thank you, Bob. You're making the world a better place.
So, now we have to look for the nervous faces in the crowd who might be called up here next. Our next honoree has been working with Mama Youth Project for an incredible 17 years. And over that time has watched the charity grow, and in turn Bob and Christina and the team have seen her rise into one of the most respected positions in the industry.
She began her career in 1993, and Bob first met her in 2009. In all those years, her personality has remained constant, warm, sharp, and absolutely formidable in negotiations, yet somehow irresistibly charming at getting the very, very best deal.
In an amazing contribution, I think in 2015, Bob and Christina shared with her that the charity was having some pretty significant financial trouble. And without any hesitation, she pulled out all the stops, connected Mama Youth to a skill set, and helped to secure some critical funding that gave the charity more time and hope.
Her passion for improving diversity both on and off screen, along with her commitment to education, training, and access to the creative industries, has made a profound impact. Please welcome to the stage the Director of Human Resources and Operations for Banijay UK, Bella Lambourne.
This is a treat. I don't normally get these sort of things. Thank you very much. I'm glad. Yes. All right. I'm glad you said all those dates because I certainly wouldn't have remembered. I basically, when I first met Bob, I think Sophie, you introduced me to Bob, and he was a force of nature. And really, whenever we're feeling a bit down, or at Banijay was Endemol Shine, before that Endemol, luckily I've managed to keep the relationship with Mama Youth going through all of those changes. I just can say to people, we need a bit more Bob. Let's be more. Yeah. Yes, so let's go on to the next award. So our next award recipient has had a long and deeply rooted history with Mama Youth. Wherever she has worked, she has always strived to bring Mama Youth into the conversation, and if the charity was already involved, she worked even harder to strengthen that bond.
Now, Bob remembers when she tried to convince a broadcaster to include a line in every commission budget specifically for Mummy Youth Project. And yes, we still think that's a brilliant idea. Like 2026, let's try and make it happen.
She has championed inclusion in every organisation fortunate enough to have her. From co-writing the BBC's diversity guidelines to leading Channel 4's groundbreaking Black to Front initiative, a full day dedicated entirely to black programming and black talent, her influence has been extraordinary.
Now at Fremantle, she continues to advocate for Mummy Youth trainees and alumni with passion and purpose. Tonight, we present this award to a true representation and inclusion warrior, the group head of creative inclusion at Fremantle, Babita Bile. Yeah.
That's a surprise. I think I'm just going to echo all of the amazing things people have said about Bob. He's an absolute trailblazer, and for those of you in the industry that read the broadcast piece today, which basically Mummy started with a simple question, which was, am I doing enough? Can I do enough? And I think 20 years on, that's probably a question we should all be reflecting on again. Bob has absolutely single-handedly changed the industry, and we've all been on the sidelines championing him and doing what we can to support him, but I think there's more we can all do, particularly given the state of the industry at the moment. But Bob, forever you've been a trailblazer, you've changed the face of the industry, and I think every single one of us is hugely grateful, because when we're hiring, we know if we get a Mummy Youth that we're getting top tip. Thank you so much.
Our final honoree this evening holds a uniquely special place in Bob's heart. He has always described her as his #1 industry champion. Their first meeting back in 2009 felt to him like stepping into Dragon's Den and walking out with a dragon. You may not love that comparison, but Bob is very clear it was a life-changing moment.
At the time when the industry eagerly hired the young talent Bob was training, but offered no financial help, she was the first to turn warm words into genuine, tangible support. As managing director of Sky Entertainment and News, she became crucial to the growth and stability of Mummy Youth Project.
She knew the sacrifices Bob and Caroline were making. Bob surviving on 4 hours sleep a night, remortgaging their home twice, going into debt, and going without holidays since starting the charity. One Christmas, she quietly called Bob to her office. She had won a 1-week, 5-star all-inclusive holiday to Thailand at a silent auction, and she gave that holiday to Bob and Caroline.
That act of generosity reflects exactly who she is: supportive, compassionate, and unafraid to lead with heart. Please welcome to the stage an industry icon and currently the chair of the National Film and Television School, Sophie Tennerlang.
Murder. Well, it's such a joy to be here all those years on. Bob was a freelance editor at Sky and somehow ended up in my office, not sure how, but anyway. And we had a long chat about how we thought we could change things, and Sky in those days, and still is, was very pioneering and brave about doing something different. We'd only just started doing original production, which, calling people up the A4 to come to Isleworth was a joy and a half. We managed to get that. And Bob was so right, because, this industry needed change. It also needed voices and program makers from every part of the world. And, you know, I always joke that he put these poor students through Bob's boot camp. Anything like that in the picture is much more terrifying. He used to make sure they all had a notepad, had to take notes, had to arrive on time, and if they weren't there, he'd drive around to their house and drag them out of bed. But it was well worth it, and, you know, Bob's energy, passion is legendary. Supported absolutely by Caroline. I feel very honoured. I'm probably the oldest mentor that they've got, but I'm still mentoring. My new mentee is there, and it's a joy. And the students that come through the project are intelligent, feisty, curious, and fun. And those are marvellous things to have. Thank you all.